Good morning, Peter Goertz. I'm a psychiatrist. Can a doctor show a sense of humor? Is that permissible? One example from many years ago, I was working on an inpatient psychiatric ward and a nurse was standing in the hallway trying to convince a well-known, chronically paranoid, very irritable young lady whom I'd known from previous admissions. And the nurse was trying to convince the patient to take medication. I was passing by and I said to the patient, "Don't take that medication. The nurse is trying to poison you." And the patient laughed and took the medicine. So that's one example of humor in psychiatry, humor in medicine. And what can happen is the humor can instantly change a patient's perspective. Like in that example, the patient was arguing with the nurse, standing on the hospital ward, being antagonistic, if you want to call it that, or just not wanting to take medicine, wanting to argue. And the humor just instantly changed her state of mind. And also, of course, it was fun for me. You do need to be sensitive. I didn't know that patient previously. I probably would not have said that if that patient had not been known to me. So you need to be sensitive, have proper timing, good judgment. And under those circumstances, the humor rarely, if ever, backfires. It shows the patient that you're human, that you recognize that the patient's human, and that you respect the patient by having humor with them, by interacting with them in a humorous, friendly, caring way. And on top of that, it makes work more enjoyable for you and your coworkers. Humor, laughing is a very enjoyable thing. And the patients also pick up on whether or not you enjoy your work. So all around, it has good consequences to have a sense of humor. And the principles of having a sense of humor in the staff-patient relationship apply just as well to the interactions between staff members themselves. So another example was I took a patient to my office, went to the waiting area, got the patient sat down, and I could tell the patient really wanted to unload. And she had just started talking, and I said, "I don't want to hear about any problems." And that instantly changed her state of mind. Her mouth fell open and she didn't know what was going on. And then she realized I was kidding. And that kind of shifted her state of mind in that moment and made her able to talk about things from a somewhat different perspective, and I think was helpful. And another example, I got a female patient with a baby in her arms from the waiting area, and I told the patient very seriously, "I want to talk with the baby alone first." It was an infant. And then, of course, the patient also didn't know what to say. But that also, again, shifted their perspective, I think, shifted the patient's perspective. One thing to realize, though, is that laughing about something absolutely does not mean that you're making fun of the patient at all. So you want to realize that. And of course, it's a matter of style. Some people are not comfortable with humor or not very comfortable. So you want to, in interactions with patients, you want to develop your own style, develop a way of interacting that's comfortable for you, and that's what's going to work best for you. And in my opinion, though, it is helpful to have a sense of humor and to work with humor because, especially in psychiatry, you're frequently going to see pretty bizarre situations that blindside you, and you're going to want to laugh sometimes, which in my opinion is healthy. Thank you.